Thanks very much, Sakina. And let's get into the news at 7 o'clock now. Hundreds of people have gathered in Sandton to raise awareness against gender-based violence. Activists want to bring the business district to a standstill, saying it cannot be business as usual while women and children are being killed daily. Demonstrators are outside the Johannesburg Stock Exchange in the Sandton CBD. Activists are calling on big business to get involved and help fund initiatives aimed at curbing violence against women and children. The protest is being led by Call to Action, a consortium representing more than 70 civil society groups. Several roads include Maud, West, Rivonia and Gwen Lane. They've been closed to traffic. Motorists are advised to avoid the area until at least 2 o'clock this afternoon. For more on that story, we have got our reporter Hasina Gori. She's in the heart of it all in Sandton. Hasina, give us an update. How is it looking? Have more people arrived there this morning for the protest?
Yes, Leanne, from the last time we spoke, the numbers are growing here in the heart of Sandton, outside the JSA this morning. We've heard that some of these protesters have come from as early as 2 a.m. here, sitting in, saying enough is enough, dressed in black. We do know that a number of other buses are expected to come in this morning from various other pickup points around the city. Today's action is from the consortium called Call for Action. So it's a mix of civil organizations as well as individual activists, as well as the public sector, all coming together here to speak out on gender-based violence and femicide. We know that buses are coming in from the West Rand as well as from the South. So numbers are expected to grow this morning and throughout the day as they go through the program, which is expected to carry on for 12 hours. So that's till at least 3 p.m. this afternoon.
Is operating downtown. I imagine access to get into the buildings that have been affected is very difficult at this time. Do you have any idea if there are contingency plans in place, and for people that are wanting to go, how do they do that? Do you have any idea about that?
We do know that those that do want to go into work, there are different access points that have now been made available for them. We know that some companies were urged to allow some of their workers to work from home so that they do not get stuck here in the traffic. But we do know that for now, traffic is quite flowing. Earlier on, we spoke to the JMPD as well. They are here on the scene. I know that my colleague Gillian spoke to them as well. So it's looking quite smooth this morning. But we know that there's pickup points from around the city for those that want to come in through buses. They can get in touch with the Call for Action. There are different hashtags on Twitter as well that they can follow to get more information. With me as well to speak more on what's happening here this morning and what more needs to be done with regards to femicide as well as gender-based violence is the ANC Women's League, which have come out also in their numbers to support this call this morning. The national convener speaking to us here as private, as public sector, as government. What needs to be done more? We've seen these protests happen over and over. This is not the first, it's not the last that we're going to see with regards to gender-based violence. The president has come out quite strongly against these attacks on women and the violence against them. What more needs to be done, and at what point does it stop?
Firstly, we are not here as government. We are here as members of the ANC Women's League, as women from the ANC that have decided to unite with all women from all walks of life and sectors and from other political parties, believing that we need to unite against the killing of women and children. A lot has been said. Last year we marched on the 1st of August, delivered a memoranda. Among other things that we did was to march to the ANC, where we said, as the ruling party, as our party, we wanted them to be more firmer on tackling gender-based violence. Now, we have said that we want a state of emergency. And the kind of state of emergency that we want as women from the ruling party is not the apartheid one where it is curfews that actually affect women more and take away the freedoms of women who already don't have freedom and are getting killed. But it is more about moving resources. It is more about concentration of resources, of government's attention within particular periods, as defined in the State of Emergency Act of 1997. So we are saying all these things must be done within a particular period framework, and that can be catered for in this state of emergency. We want our government to act. We want courts to operate within that period of state of emergency to operate for 24 hours, where they are going to fast track the cases against gender-based violence. We want more fiscals, more resources to be allocated to addressing, to funding gender-based violence. Like Tutuzela centers need to be funded. Test kits in police stations, in clinics and so on, having more police visibility to protect women in communities, not to harass them. So those are the things that we are calling for as women from the ANC Women's League. But we are here today to say capital must take responsibility. They can't continue to make profits comfortably, like women are not dying the way they are dying. The people that decide our fate are here. The people that make money from our hard, labor are here. And we're here to tell them that they need to act, because this is not a battle for government alone.
Thank you so much. That was the ANC Women's League speaking to us here, telling us what their concerns are and asking for a state of emergency that protects women and ensures that their rights are not infringed on. But this is an ongoing story and we'll keep you up to date. But for now, back to you in studio.
Thank you very much, Hasina Gori. We'll, as usual, keep monitoring the situation there and keep you updated with everything coming out in the Sandton CBD, where that protest and sit-in is taking place right now.